Hey everyone, welcome back to the Whippy Studio. Today I'm going to be giving a season 3 recap of On My Block. So, I have a full presentation right here. There's a lot to get to, 11 slides. I'm going to be here for a while. If you don't want to watch the whole thing, that's fine. But there's just a bunch to talk about. This was a big season, and I'm doing my first ever Google Slides presentation for an entire season of a show. There'll well be Greenhouse Academy season 4 that's coming out next week. So I'll post a Google Slides presentation review of that. But let's just go ahead and get into the let's go ahead and, no, sorry, one second. I do not want to share that with anyone. Okay. On My Block season 3 recap. Now I'm gonna put that over here. Okay, here's the agenda for today. Okay, an explanation for season two's ending, character storyline breakdown, talking about the finale, awards for the season, and a possible season four. As you can see, a lot to get through. Okay, so the season two ending is explained. The people who kidnapped the core four at the end of season two, it turns out that they know the truth about little Ricky, which gets Jamal excited, and they work to find the truth of little Ricky in the whole season. Okay, so I was kind of expecting something like this. I didn't know it wasn't going to be that bad. I knew they kidnapped them for something that not to kill them, for something else. So I honestly wasn't too surprised with this reveal, even though it was interesting how they were working it for the rest of the season. So yeah. Okay, so we're gonna start with just getting into the characters and so yeah. We'll just start with Monse because she's like the show's main character. Okay, so we find out in the first couple episodes that her mom died, so she was dealing with that, and her mom, they didn't, I mean, she wanted to get to know her, but then it turns out that she couldn't really trust her mother, so she left, and then it turns out that she died. So she was upset. Um, and I would be, if that was the case, I get that she was like, she's glad that she died. I would be like, okay, I'm upset that I didn't try to get to know her better, but she did. It was like her mom's fault. I would be upset that I didn't get to know her better though. Um, and then having to like throw it all away, even though I don't know. But that was really complicated. There was a whole episode with the funeral. Pretty really sad though, honestly. The funerals were very sad, even if you don't even know them that well. It's just very sad to like sit down at a funeral, just watch it. It's really sad. Okay, so there's also Monse and Cesar's relationship. When I was hoping, and you can see that in my questions for season 3 video, that, well, of course they prepare be better friends, but just friends. Friends who work beside each other. Instead, no, I had to turn into a relationship again. I'm disappointed because I'm getting tired of their relationship. What happens is that they break up, they get back together, they break up, it just goes back and forth. It's honestly not a healthy relationship. I think that Monse, well, we haven't seen her with anyone else besides Caesar. So, I mean, I think at this leaving free reg, she'll probably find a better um, boyfriend. So, which then ties into at the end of last season, remember she said that she was leaving for a boarding school, but we didn't really get much on that this season until the end, where she decided to leave for the boarding school and she said goodbye to all of her friends. So, in season 4, I'm assuming we will see her at the boarding school and her dealing with that and all that stuff. So, that is the end of Monse. Okay, Jamal. So we got more of him investigating ruler world stuff. Honestly, Jamal is one of my favorite characters in the show. One, because I like the characters who investigate, go into really deep. They go into find the problem. So he's my favorite character. He really likes to I don't know, just get in and find the problem before anyone else. And then his relationship with Kendra. So Jamal's the only character who we haven't seen him in a relationship with. Well, besides Oscar. but I'll get to that in a second. So it was a lot of I mean, it was sex, but it wasn't like in love with sex. Jamal said that in order to have sex, he has to be in love with the person. Now, in the season finale, we get some cute texting scenes between them, so that could definitely lead to a relationship. But we don't really know because of the time jump from seasons 3 through 4. I honestly thought I was just glad that Jamal had someone, even though it wasn't exactly like, oh, she was just using him to get info. Plus, I was a little bit weirded out by her character. It was just a little bit creepy the whole all those scenes. I was like, but then I think that they turned out to be a good couple or like a attempt to a couple at the end of the season. So I'm hoping that they will make that work. Well, I'm not sure if season 4 is like a if it's attempt for season 4 or if it's more like a flash forward that'll take place like towards the end of season 4. I have no idea. Mm-mm. Okay, so Ruby only has one bullet point. Ruby did not have a lot that happened with him this season. Season 1, he was like crushing over Olivia, but season 1 was honestly the best so they can give everyone their time to shine. Season 2 was him focusing on the aftermath of him almost getting shot and him having to lose the love of his life, Olivia. Season 3 was a lot about his relationship with Jasmine. So they started the idea of this relationship last season, and this season they focused on it a lot more. Um, I honestly thought that Jasmine became a better character. I'll get to her slide in a second. But honestly, because Ruby and Jasmine, it wasn't just one sided where Jasmine, had feelings for Ruby but kind of took it over the top. No, it wasn't one sided. Ruby said that he was developing feelings for Jasmine too. So therefore, it's two sided. It made everything work. And it was like pretty healthy. They were get ready to go somewhere until Ruby ended things in the penultimate episode. They were both really upset about it, but they were able to make up in the season finale. And I mean, of course, by the time jump, we see that they're dating, which I'll talk to in a little bit. But I don't know. I mean, I like his relationship with Jasmine. I think that it's good for him to move on eventually, especially with the connection that he made with Jasmine after he almost got shot and Olivia died. So I'm hoping that that will go somewhere. Okay, Jasmine. So of course, I mean, I can talk about her side with her relationship with Ruby, but also, she was introduced in season 1 as this kind of more like annoying, like Kimmy Gibbler style. Um, but then I think in season 2 she was slowly becoming better, but she was still like more minor. Season 3, she started hanging out a lot with the group, became a more looking out for her friends, and of course, her relationship with Ruby really gave her a spotlight. Spotlight. But yeah, I really liked her character in season 3. It's the best yet. Hoping they can explore that more. She was at the beginning of the series. She was like all over Ruby, but like then when Ruby was more down, she was able to comfort him, which is how I started liking her character. So I honestly really enjoyed that. Okay. Cesar. So there's a lot to talk about with Cesar. He's probably, I mean, he always gets affected the most of all the main characters. So, first of all, his dad showed up. He made a pretty good bond with his dad, even though he kind of got himself into trouble. However, Oscar does not like their dad. Um, and what happened was is that Oscar eventually drove his dad out of town. Um, and I was like, oh, just another character driving by. I was upset because Caesar doesn't have anyone. I mean, Oscar was his closest thing to a family. So his dad showed up, and they had a good connection, but not Oscar and his dad. Um, so but then it turns out that he's still alive. I mean, because we got that revealed in the season finale that he's alive. I'm hoping that we'll see him in season 4. I honestly enjoy Caesar and I like Caesar's character, even though I'm upset that now he joined the Santos again in the time jump, which I'll get to in a second. His relationship with Monse, like I said, I was disappointed in them getting back together. I wanted them to just be friends, but oh well, I guess I can't get everything I wanted considering this season was a really good one. Um, I mean, there's also his relationship with Oscar. Like him and Oscar's relationship, of course, we know isn't the best. It has its it has its like strong points. It has its rough points, but I don't know. So I mean, I don't know. I mean, I like Caesar's character. I mean, he's been through a lot of stuff, And like I said in like the questions for season 3, this season Monse didn't push or abuse Caesar any. I was like, okay, good. Their relationship was decently good this season, so I was very thankful for that. Even though I kind of wanted them to just be friends, they even had their like this really cute scene in an early episode when they went on their first date and they acted like Caesar did this cute thing where he acted like he was just meeting Monse for the first time. So I was like, oh, that's cute. One more thing about Oscar that I wasn't let in here. Him and Monse kissed one time. Um, and I was like, wait, what? But it wasn't really anything though. Also, for Oscar, these kids showed up. I didn't really get the whole storyline, but they were honestly trying to show Oscar some revenge. It got wrapped up though, which thankfully. I mean, I don't mind Oscar. Okay? Like, I don't mind Oscar, and I actually put that in the season 3 awards that I'll get to in a second. But okay, now it's time to talk about that finale time jump. I'm gonna do the season 3 finale time jump explained. Okay, so there's 4 main things that happened in this time jump. First of all, Monse is at boarding school. She seems to really be fitting in. Then it shows the picture, kind of like I mean, it shows the picture like by itself, like kind of hiding it because all of her friends were because she had pictures of all of her boarding school friends on there. So I don't know. I mean, it seems like that she just moved on. Jamal is back on the football team. He seems to be pretty popular now. Ruby and Jasmine are dating officially. It also seems that because Jamal and Ruby exchanged looks, it also looks like that Ruby has separated himself from the rest of the group. So I don't know. But the biggest thing was Caesar's back on the Santos. He has a shaved head and he's watching someone be beaten up. So now it looks like he's becoming the new Oscar. And I was disappointed. I was like, okay, can't Caesar have a good storyline, you know? I mean, he was in this at the beginning of season 1. I did not expect him to go back. I don't think that was good for the writing for him to go back, but it could just be different. This is just the time jump. So, I don't really know. Okay, let's talk about the awards for season 3. Favorite characters goes to Jamal, Jasmine, and Spooky. Jamal, because he's just one of my favorite characters in the whole series because of him investigating. I really enjoyed that. Jasmine, because her character was given a much better role with her relationship with Ruby and her standing up with her friends. And Oscar. I mean, I liked Oscar a little bit better than Caesar in this season, only because Oscar was like showing better relationships with people outside of his brother, like Monse, Ruby, Jamal, and I mean, it showed his relationship with his dad that was now good. But I'm glad we were able to see that, and it just wasn't Caesar and his dad. I like how they were able to incorporate that whole family relationship, even though it wasn't strong from all the sides. So I enjoyed that. Favorite couple, of course, has to go to Ruby and Jasmine. Honestly, you really liked Ruby and Olivia at the end of season 1, but Ruby and Jasmine have just that's shined. I mean, they've gave it the spotlight, and now they can take it. I mean, in the time jump, they're dating, so I honestly think that that's a pretty good relationship right there. It gives Jasmine a way better character. Favorite episode is definitely the finale. So much stuff was packed into it. They wrapped up a lot of stuff, even though there's some stuff that was not wrapped up. But I was pretty happy with the finale. Overall score a B plus. Um, it wasn't the best season. Season 1, of course, is going to be the best season. It's better. I mean, season 3 is probably better than season 2 overall. I don't really know. Okay, so let's talk about season 4. I put a possible chance as 50%. Um, I mean, if this season has really good ratings, I haven't really looked at the ratings. I mean, this show is a pretty popular show, one of the most popular shows on Netflix. So I don't know if they're going to, how they're going to explore this. I'm hoping they do because this is a really good like plot. I'm really enjoying it. Hoping they can explore more with it. This series, there's definitely a lot more that they can come out with, a lot more story that they can put into it. Because again, this is one of my favorite shows. I mean, Greenhouse Academy is up there, and by the way, I'm going to be giving my Greenhouse Academy season 4 review, which is going to be coming next week. Comes out on Friday, so expect the review Saturday or Sunday. Probably more Sunday. because I'm gonna probably be binge watching Friday and Saturday, and then post and then work on my review and editing and all that stuff. So I don't really know. But you know what I do know? I want to thank everyone for watching the Whoopi Studio. I noticed that my On My Block season 1 and 2 review is getting a lot of views, so I appreciate that, of course. So yeah, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, turn on those post notifications so you never miss an upload. I'm really enjoying anyone who's actually watching my channel. I hope to give you what you want. Make sure to comment below any questions that you might have. So yeah, thanks everyone for watching the Whoopi Studio, and